Hey guys, welcome to the Field of 68 YouTube channel. If you like what you see here, hit that subscribe button and you'll get more college basketball content just like this.
All right, let's talk about Illinois because I kind of go both ways on the way that I look at it, right? On the one hand, getting to the Elite Eight with a team where we said heading into the year, I don't know if Domas is good enough. I don't know if you can trust Coleman Hawkins. I don't know if Terrence Shannon can shoot it well enough. They have everything going on with Terrence Shannon's legal situation, and they still find a way to win the Big Ten tournament title and make it to the Elite Eight and kind of get that, like, we get upset in the first weekend monkey off of their back, right? On the other hand, you get to the Elite Eight and you play 18 minutes with a chance to, knock off the number one seed, Sweeney, and then everything just kind of falls apart. The wheels fall off the bus, and you end up going home in a game that was ultimately uncompetitive.
Look, I think this is a heck of a year. I mean, it was the breakthrough that they desperately needed. Obviously, this program has been starving for a second weekend. They get that. This obviously they're going to lose a lot of guys, but to me, like, this year is the true proof of concept beyond the Io and Kofi days. Like, here's what we can build. Here's how we want our program to look. Like, I think Illinois is going to try to build in this vein moving forward. Big, athletic, switchable, skill. Like, this was a massive year for Brad Underwood. He delivered in every way. Look, I know there's going to be a lot of criticism about how he managed this game, right? And I don't think he should be immune to that, because I think we can criticize the Ty Rodgers matchups and whatnot. I do want to say this, though. Like, there has been a lot of criticism in particular about playing Ty Rodgers, knowing that Donovan Clingan was going to be on the floor and they were going to guard him that way, and it was going to screw up the flow of the offense. And particularly, I've seen people say, well, they did it against Purdue and it didn't work. Well, they did it against Purdue twice. They did it against Purdue in January and it didn't work. They then fixed it. They did it in March against Purdue again. March 5th, I was there, and they scored 1.1 points per possession. Ty Rodgers was fantastic. They even kind of bothered Edey a little bit, especially in the first half. Second half, Edey took over. He was great. But, like, the idea that this was like a known thing, that it doesn't work, and they can't play Ty Rodgers in these games, to me is not accurate. And I think it's probably unfair to Brad Underwood. Look, I would have pulled the plug earlier. I would have tried to get Goody on the floor, play with spacing, hope you make a bunch of shots, knowing that's what you need. But I think Brad Underwood did a great job this year, and I think the criticism today has been over the top.
Yeah, and just to add to that, you know what they did without Ty Rodgers on the floor? The same thing with Quincy Guerrier, right, where they just kind of dared him to shoot, and it would have been the same exact thing. It's just that instead of blocking Ty Rodgers shots at the rim, you had Donovan Clingan blocking Guerrier dunks at the rim.
I said it all year. I just think they needed another point guard. I think they needed – I did. No, but it's true. It's true. If you had a guy that Domas could play off the ball, Shannon could, and they could make their lives easier.
I think the reason why Domas was so good was he was on the ball. Like, you don't get this. Domas,
but
they unlocked all of this stuff
in the
because
first
they didn't have a point guard.
Yes, in the first half they did.
But Domas
it would be even better.
But
it would even be better to me. It would run even smoother if those guys,
because you wouldn't be
if
able.
You had a guy making life easier for them.
You
needed. You can't have somebody that can't shoot out there. You cannot.
Well, no. Of course, like Ty Rodgers is it's a weird fit at times, but I don't think the issue was not having a point guard. I think you got
to have a shooter.
I think the issue was that they decided over and over and over again, we're going to go challenge the Great Wall of Bristol at the rim. Like, the big thing for me was
you didn't shoot threes.
They needed to be able to just kind of. Well, one, they needed Shannon to try to find something in the mid-range somewhere and stop challenging people at the rim. They needed Coleman Hawkins to show up. Like, where was he tonight? Like, Terrence Shannon's taking a lot of criticism.
They were 2 for 7 from 3, though, I think, in the first half.
Yeah, they're not a great
both by
team.
Domas.
Like, it's kind of.
I know, but you have to be against UConn. When you're taking it in there, you're not shooting mid-range shots. You're going to take it at them. It keeps coming back. You better be a three-point shooting team.
Yeah. I think that's.
But it was a hell of a year. Listen, like Sweeney said, bottom line is you are playing with house money tonight.
Right. And if they get drawn into a different region with the way they were playing,
they might have won.
They were hot as heck coming into this NCAA tournament. They've been great in this tournament, like 2 convincing wins, obviously out in Omaha, and then beat a really good Iowa State team. Like,
sure,
Iowa State has been phenomenal in the last month. They beat them, really controlled that game. Like any other region, there's a world we're talking about Illinois as a Final Four team, and look, I think they had a chance to beat anyone in this field other than UConn, and these guys are just a wagon. Like we can't say it enough. Like They are so darn good, and they are a tough matchup for Illinois with the size, the physicality. A guy who can match up Shannon, as we said, with Steph Castle. Just wasn't their night. Like, they was going to take a perfect game for them to be in the mix. They didn't play well. They'll obviously rue that, but a great year for Underwood and that team.
Let's pivot to
The best month of the year is here, which is why you need to know that we are partnered with BetMGM. We'll be using BetMGM lines for making all of our picks and predictions, and we'll have special offers for the listeners and the viewers of the Field of 68. If you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, you can use bonus code FIELD, and you will get up to a $1,500 first bet offer on your first wager with BetMGM. Here's the best part. All you need to do is deposit and bet $10 of your hard-earned money to get it. This is what you have to do to make it work. Download the BetMGM app and sign up using that bonus code FIELD. Deposit at least $10 and place your first wager on any game. You'll get up to $1,500 in bonus bets if your bet loses. Just make sure you use that bonus code FIELD when you sign up. Most importantly, we have some fun stuff coming up for the rest of the NCAA tournament. Bet insurance tokens, college hoops odds boost, and the thing that I love the most, a nice little parlay boost, as well as a ridiculous array of prop bets for anything that you could possibly imagine betting on. From odds on getting to the Final Four to national championship futures, I'm calling it right now. BetMGM is the king of the prop bet. So go download the BetMGM app. Use that code FIELD and sign up today. And while I've got you, a quick request. The best way to support the Field of 68 content you get for free is to engage with us. Rate and review the pod in any podcast app. Like and share the YouTube videos that you enjoy. Tell your friends about us. It all helps in a world where the algorithm is king. And now, back to the show.